Hey guys, in this week's question and answers, I've got a few questions that I want to put answers out there to you guys that actually, dang it, you guys will ask me these questions. What I want you guys to do is, if you have a question and you want me to answer it, and you got me on Facebook, send me a message asking me a question. I'll do a video on it. If you guys have me on YouTube, ask the question underneath the comment section down here below, and I'll do a video on it and to get it out there. Or you can go on my website, www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com, and email me a question, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. First question is from Eric on the Dudley Hot W bats. What's the difference between the 12-inch and a 14-inch? Guys, the only difference that I see between these two bats is the 14-inch performs a little bit better. I don't know why. I actually think that they make these on two different machines. If you look at the way the bats are built, the 12-inch is not a 12-inch at the 13.5. The 14 is like a 14.5. So you're looking at an inch difference there. I actually think that the handle weight's a little different in one and the other one. That's the only difference that I see. And I'm talking about not that big of a difference. A lot of people are calling, this is the funny part, is a lot of people are calling the 14-inch a balanced. It's not weighted like a balanced. I don't even think it's weighted like a mid-load. It actually weighted like, it's got a little bit heavy, end load to it. But it's not, guys, and I want to get in a whole totally different video on how bats are weighed. Balanced compared to a mid-load and an end load, because there's a lot of things out there you guys don't understand, and one of them is a lot of these bat guys out there talking about, well, this one has a quarter-ounce end load, half-ounce end load, three-quarter-ounce end load, and then a full-ounce end load. I'm going to do a totally separate video on that, because me and Billy were hanging out over the weekend and we were talking about this, and it just doesn't, like when somebody says, well, mine's got the standard half-ounce end load. What really does that mean? I'm going to put probably a 10-minute video together on that. It's just not, that's just not right that these guys are talking about, my bat has a half-ounce end load, my bat's has a three-quarter-ounce end load, and the Reloaded has a three-quarter-ounce end load, and the Big Cat has a full-ounce end load. I want to get into that, but it's going to take me a while, and I don't want to do it in a question and answer video. But getting back to the Dudley, what I wanted to talk about was the difference between these two bats. A lot of people are asking me. The 12-inch has a little bit more whip. That's the only thing that I can say. The handles are different. The handles are the same. I'm sorry. The handles are the same. The handle weight's a little bit off. The end weight's about the same. And here's the deal too. You guys are calling a lot of you guys calling the 14-inch a balance. It's not. You have the end weight of the 14-inch is just like the old Dudleys that are out there. Like on a 26-ounce, the end weight's like almost close to 17. 16.7, and I get that on a lot of end load bats. So I actually think they're both. They both are end loads. One's just an inch smaller than the other one in the barrel. And I get better performance on the 14-inch. So I think you can actually pick them both up. And swing him and not miss a beat. There's not that big of a difference, guys. The next question I want to get to, this Todd. I just saw the review that you just put out on the Dudley Hot W. Glad to see the eyes getting better. And I'm gonna stop right there. That video of me swinging and that, on the Dudley, the Hot W, I'd hit that bat probably 3 times before that last video that I did, and I'd already made up my mind where I was going to put this bat. That's how much I like this bat, and I already made up my mind where I was going to put them, number 1 and number 3. I already knew that, but what I wanted to do after that, I wanted to get more video on other seniors hitting them. So that's the only clip that I had. I injured my eye 3 days after I did that video, that last video of me, you see me swinging that Dudley in there. I injured my eye right after that. So whenever I got more video over the last month that I put this together, I put Billy out there swinging, I put Bubba out there swinging. So the video that you see of me hitting, that little clip that you see me hitting, that was 3 days before I injured my right eye. The eye is getting better. I still cannot see that good out of it. I'm having depth perception issues with it. I'm having double vision. Everything is I can see, I can see light coming through it, but everything close up is real grainy. Like, it's kind of weird to describe. When I'm looking through the eye at my hand, it looks crisp, but everything is jagged. If I read in a straight line, if I'm just close my eye and I'm reading a straight line, the straight line goes like this. Now, far away, when I get about 5 feet out, it's all distorted. It's all, the doc told me the other day, I got, like people have 20/20, I have 120 in that eye. So I still cannot see at long distances. I can't pick things out, but I can see images. But that being said, it's getting better. And I've only been into it a little over 2 months now, after the surgery. And guys, I knew this is going to take a while to get back on my feet and get back hitting back on my feet, but get back, hitting balls and lifting weights. I haven't been cleared by the doc yet to hit balls or lift weights. So I'm waiting to see what he says as this thing gets better. So I'll let you guys know up on that. Next question is from Chris. How do you afford all the bats you Billy and Bubba swing? Can you afford them? And you guys just bought a exit speed testers around $300, and now you got a compression tester. How do you afford all this? The way I do this, guys, I don't sell bats. And a lot of people ask me for bats, leftover bats that if I wanted to sell them. I do not sell them, and there's a couple of reasons why I really don't want to get into it. But I sell all of my stuff on eBay. If you want to buy stuff that I have for sale from my reviews, I put them up on eBay. These are bats from Bubba, these are bats from Billy, and these are bats from me. Now, Bubba gets bats from other people that actually will give him bats to swing or test out, or give him to give to me. Billy the same way. Billy actually is a bat hoarder. Billy has bats in his garage. He'll pull out a bat every once in a while, and he'll put it in there, and I'll turn around and sell it on eBay. The money I get off of that goes right into my PayPal account. I have a PayPal credit card, and I actually order stuff from bat vendors up on my Facebook page. And I'll order bats, the new bats that are coming out. Like I just ordered a couple of Dudleys the other day from a bat vendor, and I think they're supposed to ship out sometime in February. A lot of guys are saying at the end of February. A lot of guys are saying the beginning of February. I really don't know when those bats are going to ship. I really can't tell you, but that's just how I do it. I will not sell you a bat if you call me up and say, hey, you're doing this review on the new Micans that are out, I'll buy whatever's left over. I don't like doing that, guys. I'll put my stuff, that's why I don't have to worry about it. I just put it on eBay. You guys will bid on it or whatever, and they usually are the used bats. You guys have bid on them. I'll tell you how many swings I got on them. You can see them in the review when we swing them. And I have a few guys out there that buy those bats, and they go to the highest bidder. And I send them to them. I don't have to talk to anybody. I just send it to them. They put the money right in my PayPal account. And like today, I just mailed out a bat. So that's the way I do it. And plus, I have I've married my sugar mama, which is my wife, and she makes all the money. So if I need to get money from her, I'll ask her. Next question. This is from James, and I want to answer this. And I don't have a bat with me, but I want to answer this. And he talks about the sweet spots on bats. Can you give your explanation on a sweet spot on a bat? And I want to get to this, guys, and it won't be in this video because this video is already going into like a 10-minute video right now. So I'm going to circle this when I want to get back to it. I want to do a separate video on that, just like I want to do a separate video on the Dudley. When I'm talking about that, and explain to you guys my opinion on sweet spots when it comes to bats. I think a lot of you guys, and I just seen this, the reason I want to put this out there, I'm going to close with this one because we're getting into way too long, but I was on the message board last night, I just got back into town, and a lot of guys were talking about sweet spots on bats, and I think that I think a lot of people, you know, they were talking about the Dudley, and yeah, a lot of you guys might have seen this question and it was on Facebook too. They were talking about what's the big difference between the Dudley 2.0 12-inch and the Dudley 2.0 13-inch, and they want to ask everybody's permission, information on what they think, get information from a lot of people on what they think is the difference between the two bats. Well, a lot of guys were saying it's more whip. Well, it's not only more whip, guys, and I'm going to do a separate video on this because it's going to take a while, and I think it has a lot to do with the carbon that they use, not necessarily just the sweet spot. I think the sweet spot has a little bit to do with it. But if you guys, and I don't have a bat with me, but a lot of people are talking about they have more area to hit when they swing the bat. But if you videotape yourself swinging, you really don't hit the bat within that big of a difference. You usually going to hit the bat within that big of a difference. So a lot of guys don't really understand this unless you're actually videotaping your swing. You slow it down when you're taking your swing, but you usually hit the ball. Average, guys, on an average player out there, you know, if you're taking BP at least twice a week, this is my opinion, you're hitting the ball smaller than that. You're hitting the ball within that much of a difference. What is that, an inch and a half? So your sweet spot really does come into play there, as much as you guys might think it does. And I'm going to do a whole video on this, kind of explain what I'm talking about. But I think it has a lot to do, just give you a little teaser here. I think the trampoline effect, if you guys go shorter on there, I think the trampoline effect is a lot, it's faster than having a bigger sweet. A lot of people talk about, well, the big barrel means a bigger sweet spot. Not necessarily, guys. You might lack in performance with a bigger barrel than you would at a smaller barrel, because your trampoline effect's you're gonna get more recoil on a smaller barrel if the carbon, like I talk about formula, guys, everything's a formula. So if your carbon matches the sweet spot, I mean not the sweet spot, but the 12-inch barrel, and the weighted, so you got to have the carbon, the handle weight, the end weight, you know, the how 12-inch, 13-inch, 14-inch, all that is a formula. It's got to actually be, everything's got to be correct and precise. And apparently not too many bat manufacturers out there has that formula. You know, that's how come you look at my website, I think it's not the bat you choose, but I think it's the formula. And it's not, everybody doesn't have a formula. You don't have a formula compared to your body and everything, and then I don't have a formula compared to I think there's just one fucking formula. That's what a lot of you guys don't understand, you know. And I seen this the other day. I want to talk about a totally different video on this too. A lot of people in the other day I was saying it was all what fits your swing. I agree and disagree with that too. I think you have fast swings, you have slow swings. That's the only thing. Other than that, it's not what fits your swing, you know, or what you're comfortable with. I heard that one too the other day, and that's going to be another totally different video. It's not going to be a question and answer video. They said, well, it all what you feel comfortable with. That's bullshit. It's not what you feel comfortable with. The only thing, when somebody tells that to me, well, it's what you feel comfortable with. Well, that tells me that no, it's what you've been swinging or what you're used to swinging. So you can be used to swinging a shitty ass weighted bat, and you pick it up, it's going to feel comfortable for you. But that doesn't mean it's a high performance. It's going to heal or fix whatever you have that's wrong, because you feel comfortable swinging it. It just tells me that you're used to swinging that bat. When you feel comfortable swinging something, it just tells me that you're used to swinging that weighted bat. But if you look at the formula on my top 5, and you grab one of those and you swing it for 2 to 3 months, you're going to feel comfortable swinging that. You know, understand? So these guys out there, these bat guys that try to sell you shit, will sit there and tell you whatever you feel comfortable with, just pick it up. Well, they're not trying to really fix the problem. They're just trying to sell you something. What you need to do is fix the problem. Pick a top tier bat, get out and start swinging it, and you will feel comfortable with that bat after a while. See, that's what a lot of people, if you read the message boards, a lot of people try talking about, well, it's whatever you feel comfortable. That's bullshit. Don't listen to that. You know, they're kind of beating around. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like the guy in the gym, you know. Let's work with the weights that you feel comfortable with working with. Well, that just tells you you're not taxing your body to feel uncomfortable to lift heavier weights. So that's a totally different video too, guys. But I'm gonna get to these questionnaires, try to get to them once a week. This is number 3, I think. And another thing too, guys, we just started off 2019. Guys, eat healthy, work out, get ready for 2019. And the foremost one thing, guys, everybody be safe out there. Thanks, guys.